Okay, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the webinar. The webinar for the Tiger600-1800TS. I would like to welcome all of you. I need to switch on my...
Welcome everyone from Marco. Here we are live streaming from Italy.
Yes, thank you, Marco. A small agenda. Welcome everyone to this the Tiger600 webinar. My name is Rob Hom. I'm the e-learning manager within Mimaki Europe. I'm not doing this webinar all by myself. I have my colleague Marco from Italy. Good morning and welcome, Marco.
Thank you, Rob. Good morning to you as well.
Yeah, and sitting next to me is my former colleague Bert Binkhuizen. Some of you might know him already from that period. Currently he is Business Development Director at Colorama. Welcome, Bert.
Good morning, Rob. Good morning, everybody. Happy to be back.
I think we have a nice program for today. We'll start with some housekeeping rules. After that, we have the actual webinar, which is divided in 3 sections: and product introduction. That's the part that I will cover. Then we have the first customer experience. That's covered by Bert. And last part is upscale opportunities, covered by Marco from Italy. We will finish with a Q&A session. And after that, of course, closing. The total duration is expected to be around about 30 minutes, but also depends on the questions you will ask. So let's not waste time, and let's go to the housekeeping rules. For those who have joined webinars earlier, this is a familiar page. You are all muted, so we don't hear you. The session is recorded and will be made available later on so that you can see everything, review everything. If you have questions during the webinar, for instance, for the Q&A session, you have the possibility to type in those questions in the GoToWebinar functionality. So please do so. Write down your questions. We will try to answer all of them during the Q&A session, but if time does not allow us, we will send them via a thank you mail afterwards. So we will try to answer all of your questions. And that brings me to the actual webinar, the Tiger600-1800TS. I will switch off my camera as well, because then you have the biggest view. It is our latest next generation 1.8 meter high-speed sublimation transfer inkjet printer. First, a little bit of the outline of the machine. As it comes in, as it rolls in, there is a light curtain. If an object is crossing this light curtain, the carriage will directly stop, and preventing any kind of danger or damage to both the machine as well as the person. I see my camera is still switched on. One moment. Now it is switched off. Yes, good. Then we go to the next part. That's the operation software. We have MPC. For those familiar to our product line, that's the same kind of operation system as on the JFX 600. And as far as I know, but I'm looking to Bert also for the previous models of the Tiger. Next to that, the machine is coming with TX-Link for the RIP software. So that's the whole operation. Then we have the carriage, where we have 8 print heads arrays for the high quality, high productivity as well. Underneath the carriage, you will see the 10 kilogram ink supply unit. So we use a 4 ink color setup: cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. 10 kilogram ink for high productivity. In between, you will see the waste ink tank and the purified water. Waste ink tank, well, that speaks for itself. The purified water is used for maintenance of the machine, automatic maintenance. Then the dryer unit, you will see that later on during the presentation a little bit more close up, but that is placed underneath the main unit, and it's placed on wheels so we can move it, and that will help as well. The machine has a couple of wrinkle removing rollers instead of fixed bar rolls, and that is helping to transport the media more accurate and less wrinkling. And last but not least, there is a maintenance switch that's used for the operation of the product during maintenance. That's the first part. Continue with the next. Oh, one moment. Not everything is working as I wanted, but yeah, there we go. It's a space saving design. Both the transfer paper setup and take up unit are placed at the back side, as you can see on the left lower corner image. In the middle, you see the whole paper path of the machine, and on the left right side, you see the actual dryer unit now moved in front. So that is very convenient. The machine is supporting the mini jumbo roller, but as well plotter rollers. I hear a beep. Yeah, that's gone now. Okay, no problem. So that's very convenient. Both take up and unwinder are placed at the backside of the machine. That makes that the unit itself is using a very little space, especially if you compare to the previous model that we have, the Tiger 1800. It's about 50% of the space that you need to have. So that's a big advantage. Another advantage of the machine is the unparalleled productivity and quality. The maximum speed is 550 square meters per hour. That is in a single pass 300 by 600 dpi. I don't want to mention too much about it, but because Bert will tell you more about that in his part of the presentation, so I quickly skip on it. Something you need to know about this machine is the print heads. We have 8 print heads inside the machine. Most advanced, latest type of print heads. We will not mention the name of it. The print width of one print head is about 120 millimeter. In other words, one pass is about 240 millimeters. That makes it quite fast. It has a native resolution of 600 dpi, and it has, compared to previous models, a very few ink satellites, or almost no ink satellites. So you see the images at the right side. The first one is about a new machine, very straight line. And the other image is about our previous products with the Kyocera head and much more ink satellites. Because it's much more straight, the quality already in low resolution is very high, but again, that will be hopefully confirmed by Bert. Of course, a high speed is nice, but if you can't do it continuously, then it's an issue. So there are a couple of items placed inside the machine, a couple of technologies applied that guarantee the continuous productivity. First of all, the ink units have an internal buffer tank that allows you to replace the ink without stopping the print job. So that's convenient. The ink ink end is done via a weight detection. To prevent any kind of sedimentation, the ink is continuously circulated in the ink supply unit. To prevent that air is entering into the print head, we have degassing units placed in between the ink route. But compared to previous products, these degassing units are now placed just above the print heads to prevent that air is coming in at any time. And last but not least, we have flushing boxes on both sides of the print carriage. Sorry, not print carriage, the platen. Yeah, and these flushing boxes can be used in combination or solely to make sure that all the print heads are continuously working. So you don't have to print anymore a color bar next to your actual print job. And that will, of course, increase the total print width that you can print. Next to that, we have, of course, our technologies NRS, nozzle recovery system. So if a nozzle is blocked by whatever reason and you are not able to recover it, then you just register it and it will be replaced by an open nozzle. That prevents you to stop printing. You can continue printing without sacrificing any kind of productivity. If by whatever reason too many nozzles are clogged, then you also have the head selection function, and then you are able to switch off an array of nozzles. So you are still able to print, you are still able to continue your productivity, slightly at a lower speed because you are using less heads, but you are able to continue. So that's also a function. All in all, yeah, making sure that the productivity is continued. Then something about the ink. We call it the world-class eco sublimation transfer ink. It is the MLSB 510 ink in a 4-color configuration, like I've mentioned already before, supplied in 10 kilogram ink tanks. This ink type is having the Ecotex certification. That's something that is new, known by most of you, I think, for eco-friendly ink. But new, and that's quite impressive, is Blue Sign certification. This certification is a new type of certification, and that is not only looking to the harmful things for the user, but it is going through the whole supply chain of producing this type of ink as well. So it's a new type of certification, and it is one of the strongest in the world at this moment, the highest level. At this moment, we don't have the certification yet, but we are currently undergoing the ZDHC adoption. That is the process of requiring this Blue Sign certification. And that's quite unique. That brings me basically to the end of my part of the presentation. If you have any questions once more, please ask them via the tool. But that brings me to the next presenter, and that's Bert.
Yeah. Switch on my mic. I've got it a little bit. So good morning, everybody. Happy to be back at Mimaki in Amsterdam office. I worked here for almost 4 years. I left to Colorama. Colorama is a company already working before very closely with Mimaki. At the time of TS500 GB5, we had about 23 printers running. Now we have 4 Tigers, and we are testing since the I think early June, the new Tiger600. So yeah, they invited me to come over and share some feedback with you guys. You see here the machine in our production facility running.
You see the rollers that I just mentioned.
You have a brushed roller avoiding the wrinkling. We are printing here 2-pass print speed on 600 dpi. So that's a quality mode in 2-pass. And in the back you see the mini jumbo roll. We are using about 2000 meters, 2100 I think in total, and it is of course very easy to feed and unwind the machine from only the back side. So if you go to the next slide, what we do at Colorama, we have always a visual check of every paper that we print. So to assure that we have the good quality for our customers that buy our paper or the fabrics that we print on. And you see then here the same design on our rewinder. So for the feedback, like I said, we are testing since June, and basically we are quite proud of that. The first company that is testing, a beta testing a Mimaki printer outside of Japan before the product launch. So I would like to thank Mimaki Engineering for the opportunity to and the cooperation. Also special word of thanks for the R&D team that did the installation with us and helped us through the first weeks of testing. Yeah, and since then we are printing. What we have is TX Link 4. Yeah, I always called it Ergosoft. For me, that's one of the, or maybe the best strip for textile printing in the market. We use it also for our 4 Tigers, the MK3, the previous models. So to match colors, we have the same ink and the same software. So to match the colors for repeat orders, we can swap to the new printer if we have an order that was printed before on the old Tiger. So talking about the testing itself, so since last Friday, I think Friday, yeah, the 8th of September, that is the screenshot, we printed about 25,000 meters. And actually, we only printed it for our fashion customers, our local fashion customers. So basically a lot of darker designs. So the speeds that we used for light designs, so basically without a lot of color, we printed a 1-pass mode, but that was a quality mode. You have also a 1-pass 300 by 600 to achieve this 550 square meters. But we decided to do it on the high quality mode on 1-pass. So that means 240 linear meters per hour. The most of the designs we printed were medium designs on a 2-pass with 300 by 600. So that's 190 linear meter per hour. So that's basically the same speed as we can print on 1-pass full speed on the old Tigers. And if it is really a dark design in fashion, that happens a lot, of course. We have still 2-pass printing, but then also the high quality mode, which gives you 105 linear meters per hour. So yeah, Rob mentioned already the ink. So it's basically the same ink that we are using on the old Tiger. So talking about that ink, it's a very high quality ink. To give you an example, the last 2.5 years on our 4 Tigers, we replaced actually 1 print head, indicating that this ink is really stable for our old Tigers in the Kyocera heads. If I look at the new Tiger, it's a different print head. It's a very advanced print head. If you saw and remember the picture of Rob, they are staggered. So you have basically 4 segments staggered in 1 print head. So meaning that the adjustment is very accurate. And that gives you, of course, a very high quality. With this ink and with the auto cleaning on 60 minutes, which means during printing it stops after 60 minutes and it performs a normal cleaning. Then it continues because we are printing unattended. So we start the machine and we just print till the roll is about to end or the queue is finished. So the next one, Rob. The winding of the paper. So feeding and winding is both on the back side, which is very comfortable in saving your space. With the old Tigers, we need a forklifter. Okay, we use huge jumbo rolls, but we need a forklift on the front or on the back, and here we can just do it on one side. And the winding is quite straight. So it's a new design of Mini Jumbo. And I was very pleasantly surprised that the winding is straight. So people who don't rewind after printing and go directly to the calendar know that it is a very good centered paper to run through your calendar. Yeah, these new print heads are extremely sharp. So you saw also the picture of Rob of the satellite drops. You really can see with this new print head also on high speeds that it's very sharp in imaging. And next to that, if we print and we print then mainly for home deco, you see solid or unicolors. They are very nicely without the dithering of different colors inside. So it prints really beautiful. Then a little bit about the functionality. So for a lot of new Mimaki customers or that are about to acquire this printer, you will be really pleasantly surprised to have this MPC, a Mimaki printer controller. Basically what you do is you rip your files in the ErgoSoft and it sends you the ripped files to the computer which comes with the printer. And this is just the CMYK grayscale files, 4 of them, and it will combine them here in this software and it shows you the preview. And what you can do with this software, basically everything. You have your job list, it will pick up. You have the job queue, so you can prepare for the full run of a day, job by job. Now you can find your job history, so you can always reprint a print. You can do the maintenance from here. It gives you all the possibilities. All the parameters also can be set here, so you can switch passes. You can adjust the feeding. So it is very useful on the touchscreen to work and operate with this printer. Also, Rob mentioned already those flushing boxes on both sides of the plate, and basically it means that with every pass, when the print head is passing this flushing box, it will jet and make sure that, let's say, it will fully jet and make sure that the nozzles are there the moment it needs to print on the paper. And when you're doing bidirectional printing, also on the way back, there is also on the left side flushing box to do the same. So you see here the confidential or the color bar. I know it's very easy for operators to just check quickly on those bars to see if your nozzles are stable. But we printed also a lot without the color bar, and it saves you about 1 centimeter. We have very small color bars, so you can print 1.5 centimeter wider for your design if needed. Then the heater. So it's a very compact design. It's a huge machine, and don't get me wrong, but the old Tiger has the heater unit in front of the machine. When the paper comes out, it needs to go to a huge unit. Here we have the heater unit under the machine, and it's very easy with paper loading. You put it underneath. It is mobile, so you put a small label, you stick the paper on, and you push it back, and from there you put it on the rolls, on the carton rolls of your winding. yeah, like I said, both feeding and winding on the back of the printer. So of course it's mini jumbo based on your paper width, and we are printing with 39 grams. So we have about 2000 meters on one mini jumbo. If you use 75 grams, you have about 1500 running meters. Of course, on the right you see the jumbo rolls that we use for the old Tiger. But still, and Marco will tell you about that, when you want to upscale your sublimation printing company and you have several smaller units, you can easily replace that with just one unit of the Tiger600. Yeah, at Colorama we are used to print unattended. So basically, we have two operators that start at 6 o'clock. They take off all the printed paper from the night and the day before, and then they fill the queues, load the paper, and start. Basically, we did the same with the Tiger600. Of course, in the beginning, the R&D team was there to watch closely what was happening. But the moment they left, we just start the printer in the morning, and it runs till the paper runs out or the jobs are finished. So saving you people with this printer, and we have the experience with the smaller printers that you need to have the operators present also to change the smaller printer rolls and starting the different jobs because you now have the job queue that you can use. So unattended printing saves you basically an operator and time is money, as we all know. So here you see the movie that I shot last week. We were printing here on a 2-pass mode, 300 by 600 dpi. Of course, this is a design without a font or a background, so we can print it a little bit faster. Oh, this is a 1-pass, by the way, I see now. So here we are printing on 190 running meters per hour. And you see we just started the job, and the winding is happening. So yeah, that is a little bit my part of the presentation. Conclusively, we were very happy to see this machine, to work with this machine. It has a very stable printing. Nozzles are firing extremely sharp, very stable. So we are very satisfied. And again, thank you, Mimaki, to have this machine at our facility. So if you have any questions, then drop them in the chat box or in the question box of the software, and I will be happy to answer all your questions.
Okay, thank you.
So thank you, Bert, for the feedback. I'm very happy of what you have highlighted to us. And let's pass to the upscale opportunities, because this new Tiger, it's really the key to move a step forward to your printing needs. But first, let's see where the market.
Marco.
Yes, okay. Okay. So let's see where the market is moving. We have collected some data thanks to WUTIN, and you can see. Sorry. Okay. And you can see that the printed volumes are made mainly with plotters with high speed. We are talking about 75% of the whole printed volumes are made with machines between 50 and 650 square meters. And a very small part, 7%, it's made with low machine speeds. We are talking of speeds between 20 and 50 square meters per hour. And we have another part made by industrial we are talking of a single pass machine or very, very high scanning speed machines that are printing over 650 square meters per hour. And this is only the 16% part of the production. Machine prices. Most of the machines sold are have a price between 10,000 and 50,000 euro. But we see that with those machines, we are producing only 7% of the production. And then we have another big group of machines, let's say 13%. It's between 100K and 250,000 euro. And talking on the other side of sublimation, you know that we can have sublimation with two ways. One is with transfer printing, which means we print first on paper and then we transfer on the fabric. And then this counts for the 73% of the total volumes. And then direct printing, we have the 27% of the production. Say that, let's see sorry, let's take it, the camera, which will help. Where we put ourselves with the Mimaki Tiger600, sorry. Again.
One slide back.
Yes. Yeah, I clicked too much. So we have the position of the Mimaki Tiger. We see that it's positioning in the fastest part of the plotters, especially of the Kyocera plotters, because most of our competitors are using still the old type of Kyocera heads, which Rob and Bert highlighted very well. They are very old style printed with a lot of satellite drops, which is keeping the final image much more blurry. And this is very important. Also in terms of outlines, with less satellite drops, we have much sharper outlines. We see also in terms of pricing, on the top part, and if we compare, especially with the productivity, there is no match with our new model of Tiger600. Passing by the next. Let's see 4 very good reasons to buy our Tiger600. Well, first of all, which we never mentioned before, with this plotter, and this is also a reason to upscale if you are still running with smaller plotters. You improve your ROI. You can use 300 kilos mini jumbo, which means a cheaper cost for the paper. You can use a 10 kilo ink tank, which also means savings in the inks. And if also we compare the investment with the productivity, you have a much better ratio of investment against production. Then, a second good reason, you have a better quality in the market, sharper outline. Sorry for the noise in the background, but we are, as I mentioned before, streaming live by the showroom where we have our demo Tiger. So we will wait you for making your demo here. Then we have a lot of higher color density, and higher solidity in the color uniformity. Then it's space savings. In the same space of the Tiger600, you can easily put between 3 and 5 smaller plotters with a much better productivity. And then why to choose Mimaki? Because you have an unbeatable service. Bert, I think you can step in and you can confirm my words. Not all the provider of plotters can assist you as close and as good as Mimaki can do.
Yes, you
because
are right,
we have
Marco.
offices all around the world. This
I
is
don't know
not
if you can hear
something
me.
to skip over.
Yeah,
Yes, we can hear you.
I can confirm that. Not that I'm very familiar and working a lot with Mimaki and for Mimaki, but basically I saw that during my days traveling and talking on shows, and also experience in Poland. Of course, we have a fantastic Polish dealer that is in the same city, but basically if we have an issue, they are with us the same day. And that is basically in most countries. Mimaki has multiple dealers in every country of Europe. And if you buy one of the competitors that you show, most of them they need to fly in. So if you are lucky, they are the same week there, and worst case scenario, they will pop up at your place the week after. And we are not talking about smaller printers now. We are talking now about real productivity. So if I have a printer standing still for a couple of days, it means a huge impact on my turnover and on my productivity. And with this, and if you are fully printing, you are almost cannot catch up. Yeah, you need to print Saturdays and Sundays. So it is about productivity. So service is extremely important.
Thank you, Bert, for your testimony, which is important. Then let's see the unique selling points of the Tiger600 against the competitors. So it's absolutely the best ratio of performance against the price. So after this streaming, hurry up and contact your local dealer or reseller to check it out, the pricing, and you will be really find it very interesting. You have the mini jumbo. Okay, also most of our competitors except the Epson FC10000, which has only small rolls. Also the competitors has the 300 kilo, which in any case, it's very well managed by the brushless system, the brushes system, which are anti-wrinkle, so you can use a very thin and light paper, which we didn't touch before the metal, but also being capable of using a very light paper will give you a high amount of savings in your production. You have the nozzle recovery system, which I remember is the system which can remap the print heads in order to avoid bending by nozzles which are clogged, and no one of our competitors has it. We have a very advanced map, which is an anti-bending system and is adjustable. All of our competitors is trying to catch us in this, but I mean, we have really many years and experience in advance, and with much better results. We have the headline selection, which Rob and Bert highlighted, but I mean, it's also a very surprising and very innovative new functionality, because with this way, even in the worst case scenario, you can really keep on finishing your job while you are waiting for maintenance service. And all of you knows how much is important to be capable of providing your orders, to deliver your orders to your customers without delays. New concept of industrial heads. We are the only one using this new model of heads, and you will be very surprised once you will test with your own patterns how sharp and how clear is the result of your patterns. Much more clear. Clear in terms of sharpness, because color density is very good. And then the flashing box. Flashing box are allowing you to print without the testing bars on the edges of the paper, which is a much better way to save paper and print on the fabric without those annoying bars, which some customers really don't like at all. And then why upscaling? Okay, for good reasons as well, for upscaling from a smaller plotter to a more industrial machines like this. As Bert mentioned, we have less man work. 300 kilos mini jumbo rolls reduce the time to load and unload the machine. We shorten the maintenance time per printed meter because having one plotter instead of 3, 4, 5, I can assure you that you have much more maintenance time. Consumables, sorry, let's go to point 2, reduce maintenance cost. If we make all the calculations, service for one machine in terms of cost is reduced compared to multi-plotter production. Consumable savings, 10 kilo tanks, more convenient inks, winkle removing rollers, lighter paper, mini jumbo, cheaper paper roll, which means a roll of 20 kilo, it's mainly more expensive than a roll of 300 kilo. And then a shorter time to market, because when the lots becomes larger, yes, it's true that with our machines, you can ensure a very nice and sweet production. But believe me, in this way, you can really see the faster process. You can make it faster. Complexity is reduced, and also the consistency is improved. What do you think, Bert? Am I right or not?
I think, Marco, you should do sales. No, I think
But it's not
what I
sales,
saw,
it's,
it makes sense, Marco. It definitely makes sense, and I think the machine will speak for itself at the moment. If people are interested, let's invite. You can invite them to Mimaki Bompan Textile and see the printer running. Yeah, seeing is believing.
Yeah, we will do. We will do.
And if they want to see it in a production environment, they're also welcome to see it at our place. No problem.
Thank you, Bert, as usual. So I think we got a bit long, but I mean, there was really a lot to talk about because it's really a very nice product, and I'm very proud of it, actually. And if you have any question, do we have any question to answer about?
There are a couple of questions coming in, yeah. But first of all, thank you very much, Marco. I think very well presented the figures, the possibilities of the product. Like you said, we are running a little bit late, but yeah, anticipated not that much time. Of course, we always use more time. But that brings us to the Q&A session. The questions asked. So
we have a slight echo. We have a slight echo on your side.
Okay, that maybe that's because of the mic from Bert is switched on. That is interfering with each other.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, it's better. Okay, good, good,
Yeah,
good.
much better. Thank you.
Well, I see one question. Well, that's more a comment. All clear, thank you. So that's good. What printheads are used in new Tiger sublimation machine? Well, you have seen the image. We are not allowed to say the name of the manufacturer of it, so we don't mention that. But like Bert already mentioned, the type of heads are basically an array of 4 heads inside one. So the amount of maintenance and adjustments for such heads is much lower than other models that require more heads to cover the same print width. So that's a good point.
Yes, and I would also step in because there is a good reason not to mention what heads are, because the point is it's not important the print head, but also it's more important how you control. It's all the electronic which is below the print head, which is also making the output much different, right?
Yes, and what I want to add is we saw before this type of printhead already appearing in the market, but those were the printheads. They were just single, yeah, not the staggered one. So you have the most advanced, probably also the most expensive, but for sure the most advanced printhead that is
not that
currently
expensive,
available.
not that expensive, Bert.
Ah, okay.
If we compare to Kyocera, we are really
well, then you
almost
are
on the same
really,
level.
much lower. Yes, okay.
Then, yeah, if I look to the list of questions, we got several questions about the price of the head. To be honest, I don't know that, so we will find out for you and confirm that in the mail afterwards. So no worries for that. Then there is a question, Bert, to Bert specifically. What is the average ink consumption? Can you say something about it, Bert?
Yeah, I can say something about it, but it completely depends on what kind of designs you are running. So with light designs, it will be 1.5 milliliters per square meter, and with the dark fashion design, it can go up till 9 or 10 milliliters per square meter. But those inks are quite good in density. So to get your dark colors, you don't need so much of the inks compared to other ink brands. So yeah, it totally depends on the design, what you are printing, and of course which print mode and density you select.
Well, you mentioned the interesting thing, I mean, Bert, about color density. I mean, in Mimaki, we have several times compared our ink density with the competitors, and I would say that we are in the top of the results.
Yeah, to get the really deep blacks, that's easily possible with those inks. And you see different brands that they have then an extra black added. We don't need it. We print everything with 4 colors. That's it. Also for our fashion customers.
Yeah. Something I think we should clarify a little bit about maps. Of course, our machines do have maps, Mimaki Advanced Pass System. Most, if not all, competitors do have a similar type of functionality to reduce the bending of that. But I look now to Bert. You have something to add to what the difference is between maps of Mimaki and the versions of competitors?
Yes. So what is exactly the question?
Texco is also having something like maps.
Yeah, so a Texco, but basically every brand has a kind of system to prevent bending between the passes. Most of them, they are, let's say, putting a lighter density over a darker density to connect the lines. And some of the brands have some waving or a block. Mimaki, although what maps is different from all the other systems, and all the other systems are automatically. So you are starting to print, yeah, or you don't have vending, or you have vending. Basically, that's it. And if you have vending, you need to slow down. You need to go in higher passes and slower your print mode. The exciting thing and the important thing about maps of Mimaki is that you can still, if bending occurs, you can still stay in the same print mode and in the same print speed, because you have adjustable parameters to improve the maps and change the maps. So an operator can always try to get the highest speed possible without bending, and that is the big difference. So yes, everybody can prevent bending and has a kind of system, but Mimaki, as far as I know, is the only one that you can adjust and play with parameters to get the highest speed possible.
Well, thank you very much. That's very clear, Bert. Then a question I can answer. What's the head drop size in picoliters? Well, it's depending on which mode you are, but the smallest drop size is 7 picoliters. And then I think looking to the time, the last question we would like to answer, how about the minimum grams of paper that can be supported? Can you say something about that, Marco?
Yes, good question. We have already tested 25 grams paper, and it's working perfectly. Of course, when we talk about paper weight, presses, and so on, I mean, it's like driving a car. It depends by the road. In other terms, it depends by the pattern you are printing, the speed, and the grams of paper you can use. You cannot pretend to work the same speed or with the same paper with any pattern.
Okay, that's clear. Well, like I said, looking at the time, let's have that as being the last question. For your some more information, if you would like to find more information about the product, of course, visit our website for the Tiger600-1800TS. On the website, we also have a Mimaki dealer located, so you can find the nearest dealer to your site. If you have a specific type of question, you can always send an email to the given email address. And like I mentioned already at the start, you will receive also a thank you email where you will find a link to this recording. Also, you will receive the presentation and all the questions and answers given. And that basically means that I'm reaching now the last slide. I would like to thank all of the attendees for joining this webinar. Thank you very much. Next to that, of course, I would like to thank Marco from Italy. Luckily,
thank you, Rob.
Luckily, the connection went very well. We had to play around a little bit with the initiation of the webinar, but thankfully it's working. And last but not least, I'm looking to the other side of me. I'm looking to Bert. Thank you very much for your input as well.
You're welcome, Rob. And Marco, it was great working with you together again.
My pleasure as well.
I wish you all the success with all the demos that for sure will come after seeing this. They
will.
And I really can recommend this printer for the market, really.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Then I will close this webinar, and hopefully we'll see you soon for the next webinar that we will organize. Ciao, ciao.
Bye-bye. Ciao, ciao.
Thank you. Bye.